right, here we are in a beautiful Yuma, Arizona morning. Slightly breezy, a little bit breezy. I'll speak up a little bit loud, and at times you'll probably notice the sound going in and out. We're over here in Yuma doing a collection. We've done several. We did a couple cars for Hal last year, and we're going to do a couple right now. Anyway, part of the Hal Sealand collection, the S from K-Bar S Broncos back in the 70s and 80s, and John Karp and his partner, so K-Bar S. But this particular truck, Hal likes to collect these Broncos that has some of the history to them. This particular Bronco, he purchased from Jimmy Dobbs Motorsports out of Tennessee. It's a one of the chase vehicles. We don't have any record of chase history or that kind of thing, but we can tell you that it did come from Jimmy Dobbs Motorsports, and his off-road vehicles were typically painted exactly the same, and all his vehicles, or most of his vehicles, were prepared by Strop. So Strop Team Racing. Little wind picked up there, I apologize for that, but we're going to try and cover as much as we can. It's a 1983 Ford Bronco, 302 V8 built, aluminum cylinder heads, automatic transmission, air conditioning. Pretty much as a chase vehicle, you want to be a little bit more comfortable. It has a full cage in it, the full structured cage we're going to cover with you. Just going to cruise around and show you what we feel. These bumpers were actually done by Kenny Youngblood, who was the shop foreman for K-Bar S, and his father-in-law John Karp. Anyway, Hal had these put on and had a big massive winch on it, and he just didn't like the look and feel of it, so he wanted to give it a desert road, you know, off-road kind of feel thing. I can quiet down a little bit because the wind's broken up a little bit when I come over here by the building. That front, Hal would pick up things at races, and this particular skid plate here, he thinks came off a Robbie Gordon car, but there's no way to proof that. But it's a nice skid plate that's got some scuffs on it in use. Score International is what Jimmy Dobbs raced in, and I don't know if he does or his family's continued on that tradition or not. It has a well-built 302 V8 underneath the hood. It's got nice and rumpety. We'll fire it up here for you and let you get a feel. Has Yokohama Geolander tires, 5 of them with matching D-slot wheels. One is a spare. Strop Team, 320 horsepower on the hood. I'm sure that's probably pretty close on this one, the way it's built. That's something I think Dobbs put on the hoods of his cars that were 500 horsepower, that kind of thing. It has really neat off-road exhaust on it with headers. The headers come down, and then it comes between the frame rail and the front trailing arm and exits out the exhaust here. Excuse me. What that does is allow the mufflers to be up really high. Bill Strop and Associates, Long Beach, chase car. Hal picked it up. He purchased it from Jimmy Dobbs Motorsports in Tennessee, but the vehicle was located in California where he picked it up. So good history on it. We have some documentation that goes with it that proves that it came from Jimmy Dobbs Motorsports. Hal's owned it since about 2005. It spent about 5 years with Kenny Youngblood doing some things to it, and then Hal finally brought it over here to Arizona out of California, Nevada. Beautiful hardtop factory style rig. Interior has been obviously modified. It has a full roll cage in it. We'll call it a roll cage, but its structure is incredible, all the way into the seats and through the dash, and so it's quite that. Rear bumper, same thing. Hal had it so he could do it. The back window works fine. We're going to give you a little peek in the back here. You'll see the spare has a, and we'll cover the back end here, actually this video in just a moment, and then jack and that kind of thing, but we'll cover that kind of for you. Again, pardon me hobbling around a little bit, doing 2 or 3 cars here today, and I've had some pretty bad back issues that laid me up for a month. So I'm a little wobbly. Back here on the back, left rear quarter, rock solid dirt type of off-road vehicle. Lug nuts all the way around, off-road lug nuts. Factory kind of a base trim Bronco inside. I believe it was originally a brown. Give you the data tag here. Share in the back end. Well, actually, like I said, we'll roll the rear window down, power rear window. Has updated racing bucket style seats with RCI Racer's Choice seat belts. You'll see the structure of this roll bar goes all the way down into the floor structure here and ties into the cage back here. The shifter is actually tied into the roll cage structure. The roll cage itself, which is really neat, actually comes, you'll see it goes down through the dash and then enters and attaches rear here on the floor. Factory dash, miles sold is exempt. We don't know any idea whether the miles are correct or not, but 59,941 on the odometer. 3-speed automatic transmission shifter box there. Leather wrapped steering wheel. You'll see how the cage has got all nice gussets up in the corners. A very high-end cage on this truck. Bronco. See how the cage structure's back here. This would be a great truck to show up at any event with. Car show, so on and so forth, but even at a score event it'd be really fun to show up. I'm gonna get up in here. Pull myself up in here, sorry for that. Audio system, air conditioning, blows cold, gauge pack pods there. Tack and water, your most important. We're having fires right up. Air blowing cold right away. Flipped it right on. We never test the radios. We assumed it worked. Draw tight trailer hitch here. That, like I said, this would be great for any event, really. Anyway, we're gonna hop out here. Have a great day. Go to spudsgarage.com. Give us a call. We're never any pressure. Again, hang on to the end of the video. Hey, definitely, you want to hang on to the end of the video. This is one sweet truck. Okay, he's opening up the back for us. I know it's windy. Wanted to show you the window goes down like it's supposed to. Go ahead and open it up, Hal, so I can get in there and give it a view. Great, thank you. Back end here, obviously no back seat. Don't need one. This was a chase vehicle, or believed to have been an actual chase vehicle. The cage in these were, while they were built to structure just like a race car, I don't believe they were certified like a race car was. It is, the roll cage in this is just spectacular. It has a mounted jack in the back there, has a mounted 4-bar. The seats are actually suspended on the cage. The cage goes through the dash and back out at the floors. Everything's attached frame wise. Full size spare slotted mag, matching Yokohama tire on it. Anyway, we're thinking you get the idea of the back end here. Go to spudsgarage.com and most certainly hang on to the end of the video. Alright, let's take a look underneath the hood. Very nice. Favorite part is for me to get underneath the hood. We don't have a lot of specs on the engine, so I'm going to tell you what I see. Not only is it very rumpety, has plenty of horsepower. It's a 302 V8, has aluminum cylinder heads on it, has carb compliant headers on it, has power steering. That's a Jimmy Dobbs signature air filter, ball milled. A lot of his vehicles had that type of air filter turned that direction. Has power disc brakes in the front. Original underneath the hood here, serpentine belt drive, power steering, factory radiator. We'll fire it up here for you actually in a minute and share the sound with you. Has a let's get over here where I can see what's going on here. Has a Edelbrock aluminum intake manifold. Has a Edelbrock carburetor on it. Has a Mallory distributor on it there. Ford Racing Motorsport valve covers, again carb compliant. The fuel pressure regulator right there. Has air conditioning on it. Factory alternator. Fairly fresh interstate battery here. Bottom side of the hood, that's probably the factory color of this truck, was kind of a chocolate brown. What also you see on the firewall here, again the air conditioning works, it's cold. Go back over here one more time. That air air filter's cool. Anyway, hang on to the end of the video here. Talk to you soon. Alright, Hal's getting into it. Gonna take it for a run down the road. We'll kind of film that for you. You can hear it run. This thing's sweet. That drives down the highway beautifully. Could be going to your garage. Wind's picking up. Alright, let's take a look at the undercarriage. Very solid. Actually, I don't think this truck's seen a lot of highway use. Probably all nice dirt use. A little bit of highway use here and there over the years. It has a 4 quad shocks in the front. It has factory front and rear differentials. Probably been updated ratio wise. Factory power steering. I'm going to say about a 4-inch lift on it. It has factory coils and coil springs in the front and quad shocks. Updated quad shocks. It has very neat early slot mags on it with Yokohama Geolando tires on it. They've updated the lugs front and rear on it. You'll see that the lugs are set for heavy duty off-road use. See the quad shocks in the back here. The exhaust is really neat the way it trips out of the headers up over the trailing arms here. Muffler is hidden way up in the body, so it's not going to get hit when you're off-road, and then it exits out the side there. I know it's windy. I'm trying to speak up. Trailing arms were installed by Hal to give it a better feel, road feel, stabilize the truck a little bit. That was done over the last few years. Exhaust again comes out right at the fender here, all custom done stuff. Rancho shocks, front and rear, stabilizer bars. Again, rock solid, dry climate kind of use. Same stud lug nuts on the rear, just huge. The back here, factory 9-inch rear differential in it. Skid plate on the fuel tank. Off-road style bumpers front and rear that Hal added. Again, matching tires to the spare. Beautiful body on this Bronco. These big Broncos are fun. And you know, we want to encourage you to give us a call. We're never any pressure. If you're interested in something, we'll figure out how to make it happen. Motorsports chase car. Little windy today. Again, dry climate, dirt kind of use. This is not a winter plow truck, that's for sure. It's a hot desert run chase kind of rig. There you have it. Go to spudsgarage.com. Give us a call. Have a great day.